Vicki and Gunn have interesting teamwork bit. Inside the Palace Theatre, a sweaty, shifty-eyed Gunn Moses attempts to silently close the door behind him as he leaves. From his other theatre, Vicki the Strange casually opens the same door and walks through it, bumping into Gunn. Oh my, I didn't expect to see anyone else here. Leaving at intermission. Really? I'm surprised it's just us. I assume most of the audience would be out here by now. I was told this play would be a gruesome tale of murder and misery, but all the deaths so far have been so mundane. Disease, knives, bleeding out the eye sockets, they're not even trying. Ugh, right? It's a shock theatre, all stabs and no substance. I strongly prefer sex, trash and murder in my fiction when it is artfully delivered. Why didn't they simply compensate for the lack of plot with more kissing? It's the least they could have done. Franklin looks around him to ensure no one else is listening. Though, I'm sure the playwright gave it the best effort they could. That could be true, but even if that is, it doesn't make this sexy trash murder play any less bad. Anyway, I was just coming by to say hello before I depart. It's nice to see you. A true pleasure to see you as well. I hope it doesn't appear as though I'm unhappy to have you nip by. Oh shit. I'm only unhappy to have been caught red-handed. Leaving a party at intermission is not very gentlemanly. A gentleman never skips out of the third act, or what's the fourth? Good God, how long is this play? Sounds like a pretty arbitrary rule to me, but you love rules, so I guess you'd be into that. Like for us, we came here alone, right? Gosh, that would have been an awkward conversation. How do you explain that to a date? It's not you, it's this atrocity of a theatrical production. You know, that would be quite a unique thing to say. It's not you, it's this fucking movie. I didn't come here alone. Bon and Fanny are still in the theatre. What? I am taken aback that a woman of taste like Bon von Valentine would suffer through this tripe. And Fanny? Frankly, I can't imagine how you convinced either of them to sit still for this long. I cast a spell on them. Kidding. We just wanted to go to an expensive place and look cute. We're having a girls' night out. Surely a girls' night out has its own kind of magic. Bon has been asleep since the prologue. He slid downwards after the first act and ended up with her head on Fanny's lap. So Bon is having a nice nap and Fanny is having a nice lap. And now I've run into you. Altogether, not such a bad night. But why did I run into you? I understand why you left the play. That part is undeniably clear. Why did you attend in the first place? I always assumed you had high standards. I didn't anticipate that the production would be a rancid sewer slurry, but I need to keep my eye on what other authors, playwrights, poets, and so forth are up to. It's market research. And even shit ideas can give some kind of inspiration. Even if it's a complete pile of shit, you might get something out of it. It turns out that some of my fellow authors, playwrights, poets, and so forth are creating unfiltered butthole juice. Now I know. Still, I do feel so very ashamed of my early exit. I'm fortunate to have bumped into a friend who won't speak of this to the papers. You seem to be able to live with yourself. What's your secret? I can smuggle up to 3 bottles of wine in my boobs. That's an interesting fact. That is unanticipated information, but not what I meant. We've broken an unspoken social rule. Doesn't that thought of being found out of your crimes concern you? Who am I harming? My departure doesn't take anything from anyone. In truth, the play is stealing minutes of my fleeting existence. But at curtain call, when the actors bow and look out into the audience, they'll see it slightly less full. How very mortifying for everyone involved. If they wanted you to watch the entire play, they should have been better. Mr. Strange, I find your forthright nature in this matter to be rather startling. It can't be that simple. I must understand your disregard for social norms. Because we're going to die. Right now? But I'd rather not. Probably not right now, but you're not. You're going to die one day, and so am I. How many hours of your life do you want to spend sitting through wet garbage? You know what? You're right. Needlessly morose, but correct nevertheless. Fuck it, let's go commit some more social crimes. I've a mind to recite bawdy limericks in public. Hey Sandy, how you doing? And stab it to yourself. I think that's what it says. No, knucklehead. Yeah, you're the knucklehead. Do you do that at a tavern? I'd love some company. This place didn't satisfy my need for a gruesome tale of death and misery, but a tavern might. You know what? It probably would.